When it walked past me, it didn't attack. That made it even worse, because I realized it was waiting for something else. That day, I had only left the village to gather firewood. Winter in Gavaudan is no joke. The cold burns through your bones so deeply you can hear your own breathing. We were people who lived with fear, but that autumn, fear no longer felt the way it used to. First, they said a little girl never came back, then a woman, then a shepherd. At first, people said it was a wolf. There are always wolves. But the problem was, the bodies didn't look like wolf attacks. Heads were gone, necks were crushed, and strangest of all, sometimes the bodies were left behind as if it only wanted parts of a human. Doors were locked earlier at night. Mothers wouldn't let children walk alone. Even grown men stopped entering the forest by themselves. And then, the silences began. In Gévaudan, fear traveled faster than people. Someone said the creature stood on two legs. Someone else said its eyes looked human. One man swore he saw it take a bullet and not run. The priest said, "This is God's punishment." Hunters came, traps were set, wolves were killed, but the deaths continued. I was young back then, and stupid. I thought these stories were just meant to scare children, until that cursed day. It was winter. Snow reached up to my knees. I left the village to gather firewood. The forest was so quiet I could hear my own breathing. That silence, I should have understood right then. A few steps ahead, I saw footprints. Not just one set, several, but something was wrong. They weren't steady, as if whatever made them would walk, then stop, then move again. I stopped, listened. That is when I heard the breathing. It came from behind the trees. Heavy, controlled, not like a hungry animal, like something waiting. My skin crawled, my hands were soaked with sweat. I wanted to turn back, but my legs decided slower than my mind. And that's when I saw it. It was taller than any wolf I'd ever seen. Its back was hunched, its neck thick. Dark, matted fur covered its body. But what still steals my sleep were its eyes. Eyes that didn't flee. Eyes that watched, that measured me. I felt stripped bare. Not my body, my soul. It didn't move. Neither did I. Then, without warning, with a strange, unnatural leap, it passed right beside me. A scream followed. Not mine. When I turned, I saw a young shepherd girl coming up the lower path.
Hey, wait! Stop, it's not safe! Come back!
If you want to survive more stories like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. She never understood what happened. It was over in seconds. Blood spread across the snow. Warm, steaming, and that thing, without any hurry, walked away. I don't know how I ran. My legs were numb. My breathing was torn apart. When I reached the village, I couldn't speak. I only cried.
No, please, no! I can't believe it!
Later, people went back. They brought the body. The head was gone. Years later, they said, "We killed it." But people never return to the forest the same way. Because some nights when the snow falls and everything goes quiet, some still swear they hear breathing. And me? I know some things are not hunted. They don't die, they just disappear. I survived, but the forest still holds its secrets. Will you dare to return? Listen, it's still out there.